Ever wonder what secrets the Titans from Greek mythology were really hiding? The movies give us towering, monstrous figures, but the original myths paint a much darker, more twisted picture. These ancient beings were a lot more than just big brutes. Get ready, because today we're uncovering 5 dark secrets about the Titans that the movies never dared to show you. You think you know Cronus and his siblings? Think again. The truth is stranger, and frankly, more terrifying than any CGI monster. Let's start with our first secret. The Titans weren't just a single, happy family of giants. They were a deeply dysfunctional dynasty built on betrayal and paranoia. Movies often portray them as a unified force against the Olympians. But the reality? They were constantly at each other's throats. Their leader, Cronus, only rose to power by betraying his own father, Uranus. And how did he do it? By castrating him with a sickle given to him by his mother, Gaia. This act of brutal patricide set the stage for a reign defined by fear. It wasn't a noble rebellion. It was a violent, bloody coup. The Titans' unity was a fragile illusion, always on the verge of shattering. This internal conflict and treachery is a key detail often glossed over for a simpler good versus evil narrative on the big screen. Now for our second secret, which delves into the disturbing dining habits of their king. You've probably heard that Cronus swallowed his children, but movies often sanitize this horrific act. It wasn't just a quick gulp. The myths describe Cronos devouring each of his children, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, moment they were born. Why? An oracle had prophesied that he would be overthrown by one of his own offspring, just as he had overthrown his father. Consumed by paranoia, his solution was to imprison them within his own stomach. Imagine the sheer terror for his wife, Rhea, forced to hand over her newborn babies to be eaten by their own father. This isn't just a myth. It is a chilling story of a tyrant so desperate to cling to power that he would commit the most unnatural acts imaginable. The psychological horror of this family dynamic is something movies have yet to truly capture. Our third secret reveals that the Titanomach, the great war between the Titans and the Olympians, was far more brutal and apocalyptic than any film has depicted. This wasn't just a 10-day battle. It was a 10-year-long war that nearly tore the cosmos apart. The earth shook, the seas boiled, and the very heavens trembled. The Olympians, led by Zeus, freed monstrous allies from the depths of Tartarus, the Cyclopes, who forged Zeus's thunderbolts, and the Hecatonchires, giants with 100 hands and 50 heads. Picture this. 100-handed giant hurling 300 mountain-sized boulders at once. This scale of destruction was catastrophic. The fighting was so intense that the primordial chaos itself was said to have been disturbed. The war wasn't a clean fight. It was a decade of cosmic chaos that left the world scarred forever. A level of devastation that would be almost impossible to fully render on screen. Let's move on to our fourth secret, which shines a light on the female titans. The movies often relegate them to the background, if they show them at all. But these weren't just wives and mothers. They were powerful deities in their own right, embodying fundamental aspects of the universe. Take Themis, for example. She was the embodiment of divine law, order, and custom. It was she who sat beside Zeus on his throne, advising him on the principles of justice. Then there's Mnemosyne, the personification of memory, who gave birth to the 9 muses, the inspirations for all arts and sciences. Rhea, despite her suffering, was the mother of gods, a symbol of eternal flow and generation. Tethys was the mother of thousands of river and ocean spirits. These female titans were not passive figures, they were cosmic forces who shaped the very fabric of existence. Their stories are rich with power and influence, a crucial part of the mythology that is sadly overlooked. Our 5th and final dark secret is about what happened after the war. The movies usually end with the Titans being locked away in Tartarus, and that's that. But the myth is more complex. While most of the male Titans who fought against Zeus were imprisoned, their punishment was eternal torment in a pit so deep it was as far below the earth as the heavens were above it. But what about the others? Some, like Atlas, were given unique and terrible punishments. He was forced to hold up the sky on his shoulders for all eternity, a fate arguably worse than imprisonment. And here's the twist. Some myths suggest that Zeus eventually reconciled with his father. Certain traditions, particularly in the Orphic hymns, describe Zeus eventually releasing Cronus from Tartarus and making him the king of the Elysian fields, the paradise for heroes. This presents a much more nuanced view of Zeus, not just a vengeful son, but a ruler capable of mercy and reconciliation. It suggests the cosmic order wasn't static, but capable of evolution and forgiveness, a truly profound idea that the movies never explore. So, there you have it. The Titans were not just simple monsters, they were a complex, violent, and fascinating group of beings whose true stories are filled with betrayal, psychological horror, cosmic warfare, and forgotten power. From Kronos' cannibalistic paranoia to the universe-shattering scale of the Titanum and the nuanced fates of the defeated. The original myths offer a depth and darkness that modern adaptations have yet to fully embrace. The stories of the Titans are a powerful reminder that mythology is rarely black and white. It's a messy, brutal, and ultimately human reflection of our own deepest fears and desires. What do you think is the darkest secret about the Titans? Did we miss any? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark side of mythology, don't forget to hit that like button. Share this video with your friends and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories you thought you knew. Thanks for watching.
If you love uncovering the truth, don't forget to subscribe. More hidden history is coming every week, only on History Uncovered.